The recent DC series The Penguin has captivated fans by exploring a villain's journey in a dark, gritty way that sets it apart from the more polarizing sequel Joker Folie, Deux. While Joker sparked conversation and awards buzz with its initial take on Arthur Fleck, The Penguin has demonstrated a unique approach that digs deeper into character, setting, and genre, showing just how effective a villain-centered story can be. Here are 9 reasons why The Penguin stands out as a stronger, more cohesive villain story than Joker's sequel. Number 1. The Penguin gives depth to its entire cast, not just the main character. One of the standout aspects of The Penguin is its ensemble cast, each character bringing their own backstory, motivations, and moral gray areas. The show's writers don't simply rely on Colin Farrell's Oz Cobb to carry the weight of the narrative. Instead, they create a multifaceted criminal world by fleshing out supporting characters. For example, Sofia Falcone and Victor Aguilar aren't merely secondary characters but central figures with significant, individual stakes in Gotham's underworld. By contrasting each character's goals and flaws, the show enriches Oz's story and grounds the narrative in a network of complex relationships. This holistic approach contrasts with Joker Folie, Deux, which is limited to Arthur Fleck's psyche, offering little context or development for supporting characters, making The Penguin a more engaging watch for audiences. Number 2. Gotham feels like a character. In The Penguin, Gotham City is more than a backdrop, it is an integral force shaping each character's decisions, struggles, and ambitions. Gotham is presented as an environment filled with history, corruption, and a constant power struggle. The show's depiction of Gotham's dark alleys, derelict neighborhoods, and looming towers reflects the decay and despair that breeds characters like Oz. This immersive, living cityscape adds another layer of depth, showing the obstacles and motivations that shape Oz's climb to power. In Joker Folie, Deux, however, the setting feels restricted, mostly confined to Arkham Asylum and a few courtrooms, reducing Gotham's impact on the story. This limited setting leaves Joker lacking the powerful atmosphere that The Penguin capitalizes on so effectively, as Gotham becomes a silent antagonist in the show's gritty landscape. Number 3. Oz Cobb is a true villain. The Penguin doesn't shy away from presenting Oz Cobb as a true villain. Oz is power-hungry and unapologetically ruthless, making decisions that reveal his ambition without remorse. He manipulates, kills, and betrays those around him to rise in Gotham's criminal hierarchy, keeping audiences both repelled and fascinated. Joker Folie, Deux, on the other hand, depicts Arthur Fleck as a tragic figure more than a villain, complicating his role as a criminal mastermind. Instead of embracing a full transformation into the Joker, Arthur struggles with his identity, preventing him from taking on the villainous stature associated with the Joker. By allowing Oz to embrace his darker impulses, The Penguin presents a more traditional villain who isn't hindered by an identity crisis, which helps to anchor the narrative in the crime genre. Number 4. Real stakes and action. The Penguin emphasizes the stakes in Oz's rise to power, not just through dialogue but through action. The show doesn't shy away from brutal, raw depictions of Gotham's crime world, showcasing how dangerous it is to pursue control over the city's underworld. The show's frequent and intense action scenes underscore the reality of the criminal hierarchy Oz seeks to rule. Whether he's exacting revenge or asserting dominance, each violent act serves to emphasize the stakes and dangers of his world. In contrast, Joker Folie, Deux takes a more psychological approach with far fewer action scenes. This choice may appeal to some, but it doesn't align with audience expectations for a character like the Joker, traditionally one of Batman's most violent foes. The lack of action ultimately diminishes the sense of danger and intensity that The Penguin delivers in spades. Number 5. Consistency with the Batman universe. By setting the Penguin within the same world as the Batman, the show creates a seamless continuation of Matt Reeves' vision for Gotham and its characters. It expands on plotlines from the Batman, such as the aftermath of Gotham's flooding and the power vacuum following Carmine Falcone's death. This continuity gives The Penguin an organic feel, making it an ideal bridge between the Batman and its forthcoming sequel. Oz's story feels like an essential piece of Gotham's criminal evolution. Conversely, Joker Folie, Deux diverges from its predecessor's character arc, leaving viewers confused about Arthur's role as the Joker. This inconsistency in Arthur's development makes the sequel feel disconnected, undermining the world building of the first film and disrupting the continuity that fans appreciated. Number 6. A story that feels essential. Oz Cobb's rise to power isn't just another plotline in Gotham's dark landscape, it's a natural progression of events following Carmine Falcone's death. The Penguin's story of power-grabbing and underworld scheming feels like a crucial chapter that expands the lore of Gotham's crime network. By diving into the specifics of how Gotham's power struggles operate, the Penguin feels purposeful and relevant. In contrast, Joker Folie Deux lacks this sense of necessity. Joker wrapped up Arthur's journey in a way that was both compelling and conclusive. Reopening his story in the sequel without a clear narrative purpose or tension lessens the impact of the original and makes Folie Deux feel like an unnecessary addition to Arthur's arc. Number 7. Strengthening DC villains. The Penguin highlights that villains can have compelling, standalone stories that resonate with audiences. By making Oz Cobb the central character and giving him the freedom to embrace his ambitions, the show redefines him as a prominent figure in Gotham's villain hierarchy. It doesn't rely on Batman's presence to make Oz engaging. Instead, his interactions with Gotham's criminal elite and his dark trajectory hold the audience's attention. Joker Folie Deux took a similar approach but faltered by not fully committing to Arthur Fleck's transformation into the Joker. As a result, Arthur remains in a state of internal conflict rather than solidifying himself as a fearsome villain. Meanwhile, the Penguin gives Oz the opportunity to showcase why he's a formidable adversary, independent of any hero's storyline. Number 8. A clear, cohesive tone. From its lighting to its dialogue, the Penguin maintains a consistent tone of grim determination, violence, and ambition. This dark, grounded style fits Gotham's crime-ridden streets and Oz's power-driven journey, making the series feel visually and tonally cohesive. By staying true to its crime drama roots, the Penguin avoids the genre confusion that affected Joker Folie Deux. The decision to make Joker's sequel a musical was bold, but it ultimately felt disjointed, especially for audiences expecting a psychological thriller or intense drama. By keeping to a cohesive tone, the Penguin solidifies itself as a grounded, compelling crime saga that complements its characters and setting. Number 9. Resilience and redemption. The Penguin presents Oz as more than just a ruthless villain. He's a character who faces setbacks but consistently finds ways to overcome them. This resilience adds complexity to Oz's journey, allowing audiences to witness both his lows and the brutal steps he takes to rise again. It's this combination of ambition and determination that makes his story gripping, as each of his challenges becomes an opportunity for character growth. Joker Folie Deux, however, largely focuses on Arthur's downward spiral without moments of cathartic victory or personal achievement. This lack of resilience leaves Arthur's character feeling static, while Oz's ability to navigate Gotham's crime world provides the Penguin with a sense of forward momentum and evolution that keeps the story engaging. The Penguin doesn't just work as a villain story, it thrives because of its layered approach to character, world building, and storytelling. By focusing on Oz's unapologetic ambition and the gritty reality of Gotham, it demonstrates what a villain story should be: dark, complex, and unafraid to embrace the villain's nature. While Joker left its mark, the Penguin has carved out its own place in DC's universe by showing that even villains deserve a well-crafted story. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.